full of choices. We live in a world full of distractions, and we live in a world where we nowadays can attain anything that we want to. So given such a scenario, it's extremely important to be able to focus on what is important for each one of us. It is extremely important for us to know where we'd like to go. Otherwise, we'll spend most of our life just meandering and trying to figure out and not really reach there. I think we're not attuned to doing this formally for ourselves so much. Sometimes within the context of an organization, maybe for your professional life, you are led to define your vision, mission, goals, strategies, and action plan. But again, deliberately somebody sitting down and trying to pan out what they would like to do for themselves in the long term, how they would do it. I think a very small percentage of people actually do that formally. There is a certain amount of education, learning, and maturity that needs to seep in before one can actually define one's vision and mission. So if you tell me when I started out, did I have a vision? Absolutely not. Did I have a mission? Absolutely not. So I was like most other rookies getting into the career field, experimenting, exploring, and I was very lucky to get a lot of opportunities that came my way. But as time went on, as you reach a certain stage in your career, and then a certain stage in your life. So most of the time, your maturity in your personal life cycle and maturity in your professional life cycle coincides, because you're of that age where you're married, you've got children, you have other pressures to deal with, and at the same time at the workplace you've climbed the ladder quite a bit, right? So around that time, a lot of introspection has to happen, because you can't, you cannot or should not compromise either. You need to figure out what is important to you. My vision would still remain the same, which is, making a difference. And again, I never knew how, but I just knew that whatever I did has to be meaningful. So my vision still remains the same today. I've moved on from the corporate world to the non-profit world. It remains the same. My mission, as I said, became, again, retrospectively, when I sat down and you made me think, and I actually wrote it down for myself, what I realized was that my mission in life was to seize every opportunity that I would get to do the things that I wanted to do. Okay? My mission included doing everything that I did really well, and my mission also included doing these things not just for my own benefit, but also for the benefit of others. So I think these three components were very important to me. So whatever I did then, as an entrepreneur, as the founder of a company, as an employer, I continue to do it even today. So for me, this is my mission. So any opportunity comes my way, seize it, do it very well, give it to 200%, and make sure that besides myself, there are other people who benefit. Some amount of learning has to be there. Some amount of experience has to seep in. So I would not say that somebody straight out of college needs to have a vision and a mission right away. We need to explore. We need to know the world before we decide, or before we even realize what it is that we want. So it's completely fine to give them that leeway, give them that room to explore. And I think that's a must actually, because your vision and your mission should be based on real life learnings. And the context, your personal life context is very, very important. So I might come from a context that is completely non-aligned to a vision that I might have. It's very difficult to make that happen or make that work. That's a very unrealistic tie-up, right? So I think it's important to have that learning, that amount of maturity before one even can perhaps articulate vision and mission. But I think what is most important for us to realize is that it is something that we must do at some point in time. And it can be a moving target, because as I said, vision, mission, everything is very contextual. If my life circumstances change so much, that what I have today and what I am today is no longer existing tomorrow, I'll be stupid to continue to have a vision which is aligned to something that is non-existent or something that has changed drastically. So I think it's very contextual. So although vision is long-term, etc., we must be, very aware of the fact that there will be tweaks, there will be changes, and the more we learn, the more we grow, the older we grow, the more we move on in life. I think vision, expands, enhances, or could even change totally. I don't know. But at this point in time, we should have something towards which we work. That is imperative. Otherwise, it's like flailing your arms in the water and not knowing how to get out of it, right? You'll be sinking because there's just too much going on. So I think it's very, very important to focus on what you have today, here and now. Take your past experiences, take your learning, take your context, and figure out where you would like to be given all of this. At the same time, you need to have a very open mind that, what I have as a vision or my mission today may change drastically tomorrow if my circumstances change. So it's very contextual, it's very situational, and it's very related to our personal lives. So whatever we do, we cannot say that professional goal and vision is going to be separate from my personal goal and vision. Never. They are all very tied.